We are back. I'm Daniel.
I'm Scott.
I'm Kelly.
It's the worst year of our life. It's the year 2000, WCW Nitro. It is February 28th, 2000. We are emanating from the Target Center in Minneapolis, Minnesota, with a capacity crowd of about 4,500 people. In a building that seats about 20,000.
I was going to say, I feel like you might be misusing capacity.
I might be. So we're back. Another episode of Nitro. We made it. We made it, guys. We're here with, it's like our 10th week, maybe. Made it through 2 months.
Yeah, I think it's around 10.
I think it's 9, but it's still, that's
Yeah.
impressive.
Yeah.
I'm impressed.
And this one was a little different because we looked up the just like the little summary it has on the network, and we actually were legitimately excited
Very excited.
about this one because
we advertised the main.
Yeah, they advertised the main event, which was going to be the WCW World Heavyweight Champion Sid Vicious
Yep.
versus Tank Abbott
Yep.
for the title, and those are two of our
Fucking
5
number 1 versus number 2.
MVPs.
Yeah, probably 1 and 2, honestly.
Like WCW 18 years ago has been obviously like getting our letters saying, hey, our favorite guys are these. Please book them against one another in the main event.
So there was actually a sense of looking forward to what we were going to watch this time, rather than just dreading.
Yeah, and they hyped it all night.
I was going to say that's something they're not very good at hyping things on this show. Nothing has much importance usually, and I'll get to that point a little later on in one of the matches. But they had multiple people, guys on the roster, giving their thoughts backstage on who was going to win all night. They showed lots of random fans being hyped up by DJ Ran. All of them were chanting for Sid.
I thought it was Tyrone.
You thought it was Dave Chappelle as Tyrone Biggins from the Chappelle Show, the pre-Chappelle Show.
Yeah.
Maybe it was his
4 years
inspiration.
before Chappelle's show.
Yes. So, anyways, we are here, Nitro in Minnesota. Pretty hot crowd, honestly. Lots of signs, as
Lots of
usual.
signs.
Yeah.
Lots of ICP signs.
Yeah.
There was ICP. There's Juggalo Revolution.
Mm-hmm.
I counted multiple WCW Fears ICP.
2 different ones.
Different
in
ones.
different places.
There was a Disco Stew Doesn't Advertise sign.
Best sign.
Yeah.
My favorite, Hey Slapnuts, It's Miller Time.
that might have been the best sign, actually.
And like multiple, Hey Slapnuts with the arrow pointing down. Hey John, your Slapnuts.
Yeah.
Baby D slaps my nuts.
Yeah. So,
Also, Ray Kipp at excite.com.
Yeah.
Email address.
don't go and try and email Ray. I, in fact, attempted this while we watched the show.
You got the Mailer Damon response.
I got the mailer Damon, although later on, Scott attempted to register the email address.
Said the username's already taken.
So, I don't know what's going on with Ray.
I could have had Ray Kipp 69 at excite.com.
Is that one of the ones that suggested?
Yeah.
Of course, it's a email in the year 2000. So
Yeah.
maybe it was like, well, this guy's going for an
Okay,
email.
but I didn't go to Excite in the year 2000.
No.
Like Excite knows it's the present now.
Yeah, but Excite still exists. We did not expect that.
Actually, maybe Excite does think it's 2000
Yeah,
because it still exists and
Yeah.
shouldn't.
We fully expected to have been kind of incorporated into Yahoo or one of the big multifaceted.
Or just a porn site bought it.
But nope, still around. If you want your Excite emails or to get your random news, and I think it had like a Netscape search engine built in. Regardless,
Can I get a Lycos email address as well?
we can check after the show's over recording. But until then,
Earthnet, Earthlink.net.
yes. So Sid Tank, best main event ever. We'll see. Probably. Spoilers.
It wasn't.
It wasn't. It was kind of weird.
Yeah, it was.
But it didn't go the direction we expected it to.
No, like literally the opposite direction we expected.
So we started off with the Mamalukes versus Lane and Idol.
That's another heel versus heel match.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't even count that one.
No, we didn't. That's kind of a trend tonight. We had lots of heel versus heel and face on face. It's the year 2000, shades of gray. And no one's a heel, no one's a face. Everyone's wearing bucket hats.
Everyone's wearing bucket hats. No one's wearing gear.
Yes.
Everyone's wearing
Speaking of no
this
gear.
match was the battle of jeans versus darker jeans.
Correct. Lane and Idol, so the Mamalukes make their way to the ring. We see Lane and Idol in the back with Miss Hancock.
They tell her, fuck off, they got rats to chase.
Those were their exact words. We've got rats to chase, but then they just
go
entered
for
to
a
have
match.
the match. Yeah.
Were the Mamalukes the rats they were chasing?
Maybe the Mamalukes know where the rats are at.
Lane and Idol used to be gay.
I guess that's true.
So
Lenny Lane, though, is a Minnesota guy, so you think if anyone's going to know where the rats are...
It's true.
Yeah. They never played that up, though, obviously. There was a Minnesota angle later on in the show, however.
Yes.
So this match sucked.
Yeah,
basically.
It was bad.
None of them know to wrestle.
They did start the match and 2-on-2 double rope whip spot.
Yeah.
They fucked it up.
Yep.
Idol ended up doing an amazing early era Goldberg takedown, which was half hip toss, half power slam.
Yep. Looked kind of shooty. Johnny the Bull did a really nice spin kick, kind of took Lenny Lane's head off.
Yeah.
Then at one point, Miss Hancock, as she is known to do, just comes to the ring. She initially does color commentary for about a minute.
Sitting directly in front of Mark Madden, which is the biggest upgrade in history.
Thankfully sitting in front of Mark Madden, who is in fact a pig in a suit.
A disgusting pig of a man.
He's an anthropomorphic pig in a suit.
But then even she got bored of the match. She decided to get on the table and
people came to see me do some dancing.
Basically. Which distracted Lane and Johnny the Bull, who watched her dance and even got out the singles. Then Disco, who was doing commentary, went to interfere. His interference kind of led to nothing. Then he got distracted. Yeah. Then the referee got distracted,
and they're handing out dollars because Lane apparently had dollar bills in his pocket. Which, I mean, he's wearing jeans, so it makes sense.
He was handing them out to his opponents to give her dollar bills.
He was definitely wrestling in what he came to the arena in, so he had his wallet with him.
And then finally, Johnny the Bull, Vito beat Idol with his DDT.
Yep.
Looked pretty good.
But we don't know because Idol was originally getting the heat on Vito.
Right before the finish, Idol and Vito exchanged 5 visual pinfalls each.
Yeah,
there was a backslide. There was a something.
Sunset flip.
Yeah, sunset flip. Yeah.
The switch in momentum that you're thinking of was later in the show. The one where we don't see how it happened. That's in the artist formerly known as...
Well, no, but this happened in this one, too.
Did it?
Because everyone was watching what was going on. Because they had a camera on Hancock, and then Idol... They showed Idol in the ring, with the ref. What are you doing? Having a match here, or whatever. And then they go looking at Hancock again, and but...
And then it's him...
And then it's also him hitting the DDT.
Yeah. So, Hancock distracts them. Then they call Hancock in the ring to dance with the Mamalukes.
Yeah.
But instead, the Harris brothers come out and lay out all 3... with the H-bomb, their weird assisted double backdrop where one guy goes down.
One does not fall down.
One guy does not. We see the Kid Cam, which doesn't appear to be operated by Billy Kidman or Tori currently.
Got to keep a better hold.
They keep forgetting it where it is and losing it, but whoever is using it, it's probably Sean Stasiak. He is filming Buff Bagwell hitting on Liz, because all of Buff's angles in the year 2000 revolve around him hitting on other guys' women, and Liz saying no.
Also, Buff is a face.
Correct.
She's like, no, I'm fucking Lex Luger.
Correct.
No, she's not fucking Lex Luger, because they refuse to call him Lex Luger on this fucking show. I know there's so many bigger things to complain about this, but I hate it. Yes. I hate that they only call him Total Package.
Yes.
It's a nickname, it's not a name.
It's his name.
Fuck.
He is like a cyborg. He's like Cyborg from the movie Cyborg. was that Schwarzenegger?
That's Van Damme.
That's Van Damme.
Yeah.
Van Damme and a football player?
That sounds right.
Sure.
We have our first
Refrigerator
glimpse.
Perry.
We're 2 months in, and it's our first glimpse of a Nitro Party.
Yeah.
And they showed us a million glimpses of this Nitro Party.
They really made up for lost time on this one.
Hosted by Ricky Rackman, former MTV VJ in the early 90s. Mm-hmm. He now hosts a radio program about NASCAR. Fun fact.
Oh, that's so exciting.
Ricky's getting it done.
This Nitro Party, which was sponsored...
Is he still Ricky, or now that he's older, has he transitioned to Richard?
Richard Rackman?
Yeah.
I think he's still Ricky. He's cashing in on I remember that name.
Yeah.
This Nitro Party is sponsored by Tough Actin' Tinactin, because why not?
Yeah.
Something that was brought up multiple times.
Ain't no lugs, boot of the week.
This is true.
It is still foot-related, though.
Yes, this is true. WWE was getting the hotter foot-related sponsors in the year 2000, though.
urban shoes versus athlete's foot treatment.
Yeah. Speaking of WWF, WWF at the time.
Yeah.
I didn't bring this up with you earlier, but Kelly and I looked this up early. These episodes of Nitro and Raw that went head to head was the first time WWF almost tripled.
Tripled.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say doubled.
6.5 to 2.5.
Holy shit.
Yep. And this will also blow your mind because nowadays, WB is lucky to get 3 million viewers on a Monday night.
Yeah.
9.5 million viewers total.
Yeah.
And this isn't even the Monday Night Wars at their hottest.
No, this is
97,
98.
A 98, 99 for ratings.
Yeah.
I think they peaked out around 13 million. But,
it's crazy.
But WCW has managed to run off a lot of people at this point.
Yeah.
And they would continue to do so.
Yeah, and as has WWE over the successive 18 years.
Correct. So we got a real wild Hulk Hogan promo that Scott was a fan of.
He was on drugs.
Oh, so many drugs. Shaking, couldn't keep his eyes open.
It's great.
Setting up a strap match with Ric Flair at Uncensored.
What kind of strap match?
Was it a Yappa Pie, which I'm guessing is some sort of native tribe I'm not familiar with?
Apple pie.
Apple Pie. I see.
Applebee's.
It's an Applebee's apple pie strap match.
Yep.
He finished off.
Winner gets a pie.
Oh, okay. That's fair. First one to strap his opponent is done,
Yep.
I guess.
Kenny Rogers rules.
Yep. And Hogan proceeded to finish this promo by strapping the ground multiple times.
Yep. Like a fucking maniac.
Yeah.
He was awesome. His only appearance.
His only appearance.
Yeah.
Yep. Not their only appearance. Flair and the Total Package come out for a promo with Mean Gene.
Yep.
They kind of ramble on about Yappa Pie and whatever bullshit.
Yeah, some Hogan talk, some
6'4",
Sting talk.
265 pounds, 4% body fat, 365 days a year.
Kelly called it as he was saying it. Like we probably have heard it like 8 times. But
In every show, he says it.
These two were cut off by local Minnesota native in a University of Minnesota Golden Gophers sweatshirt. Curt Hennig making his first appearance in the year 2000 as a babyface. Didn't remember this.
Yeah, looking just puffy enough in the face
Jowl
region,
area.
and that it's not that surprising that his heart exploded a few years later.
Yes. Puffy jowls, can't remember his lines. Gets a good pop. The people are with him as a babyface, but
Minnesota.
He's kind of all over the place, rambling. So, sets up Hennig versus Flair for later in the night.
Which was a really good match on Raw in 1993.
That match was a lot better than this one.
They're about the same.
We get this is, by the way, this is a part of when we started this show. I noticed match and then massive gap. And then match.
On like the chapter marks.
On the chapter, on the network. I kept track. There are a total of 10
segments?
10 matches
Wow.
on the show.
That's a lot of matches.
But between match 1 and 2 is a good half an hour.
Yep.
Which we're in the midst of right here. So Booker cuts a promo, randomly setting up a match with also babyface Kidman.
Because they were on Thunder, and then they were in a tag match with the Harris brothers, and then Kidman was on the outside with Tori fucking around, and then he got
Booker got H-bombed. Yeah.
So he's mad about that.
So these guys had a match.
Of these 10 matches, how many were face versus heel?
Do you want me to do that now or later?
Do it right now.
Okay, heel, face. Is Brian Knobbs a heel?
He's aligned with Finley, and Finley was heeling on
right?
Vampiro.
3 counts are heels, yeah?
Heel.
Dustin Norman is fine. That's fine.
So that's 1?
Yeah. 2. That's heel. So 3 heel. 4 heel.
Oh my
god. I think the final total is 4 heel, 2 face. So 6 out of the 10 matches were guys who had the same alignment.
All right, so less than half of the matches on the show were face versus heel.
Correct.
Cool.
And that's one thing if it was 2 out of 4 matches or whatever. Yeah. It's 6 out of 10.
6 out of 10.
Yeah, that's a lot. Booker and Kidman had a match. It went all in 90 seconds before we got a Harris Brothers run-in and 2 more H-bombs.
Yep.
I kept track of H-bombs in the top corner of my page. Sadly, there was only 5. This was the last of the H-bombs. I was hoping there'd be more. But at the same time, I'm kind of glad there weren't any more.
Well, I believe the cities of Hiroshima and Nagasaki agree with you.
Sure. No one would have sucked? Being the guy who was in both of those bombings. There was a guy.
And
he lived through
that's
both.
fucking crazy.
Yeah. because he lived in one and he was in the other one on business.
Jesus.
Got bombed, and then he was like, "Fuck this!" Went home.
I'm outta here.
A couple days later, got bombed again.
Oh, this again.
Yeah. And he lived through it. He actually just died within the last year or two. So.
That's crazy.
We had a Harlem Heat 2000 promo, just kind of being like, Booker, you got what's coming to you by those white guys who we probably shouldn't like because we're kind of Black Panther-y.
Yeah, everyone was collectively wearing 300 square yards of leather.
Correct. Yeah.
Fucking Big T was not wearing what he should have been wearing.
No, not the best fashion choice by Big
his
T.
pink Juicy Couture.
But yeah, his
velour tracksuit.
Yeah, that was the best look ever, maybe. Yeah. But yeah, this was more leather trench coat, leather gloves, leather hat.
Yeah.
We have a Norman Smiley promo setting up a match with Dustin. It was just kind of whatever. Brian Knobbs versus 3 Count in a handicap match. That 3 Count
for the hardcore title.
Yeah, 3 Count asked it to be for the hardcore title, so why not?
Yep.
Handicap match for the title. Basically, it was a squash.
Killed everyone.
Brian Knobbs
killed everyone.
Smoked them. For like 3 straight minutes.
Powerbombed Courageous through a table on the outside at the end of it.
Correct.
After killing everyone with like garbage cans and stuff.
Yes. And chairs.
He
gave Courageous a really nasty chair shot, which I'm pretty sure he hit him with the backrest right in the face. And then it was a garbage can shot, a crutch shot by the 2 remaining members.
Dogpile pin.
A dogpile, including Evan Courageous, basically no selling the powerbomb.
Yep, new champs.
And then new champs, and then to the back.
Yeah.
And then, like, immediately afterwards, Knobbs is back up in the back. Him and Finley are challenging 3 Count to a 6-man tag rematch on Thunder. Gene's saying, there's only 2 of you. What are you talking about? You can't have a 6-man. And they are subtly hinting that they're going to bring in the Dog, which, for those playing along at home, is in fact the other Big Al Green, Master Blaster, former tag partner of Kevin Nash. And I recall him being pretty terrible in this role.
I think he's bad.
Yeah.
Big Al, not that one, the other one.
Correct. He's dead.
Dead boy.
Yes. The other Big Al's, is 911 dead?
Nope.
He's alive, right?
No, we'd have heard about it from the Son of 911.
Probably. Yeah. I think only one of the Big Al's is dead.
Yeah.
Because the other one went on to be like a offensive line coach.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we looked him up.
Football program.
He's doing good.
He's doing okay for himself. Probably doing the best out of all the Big Al's.
Yeah.
We have Dustin Rhodes, a.k.a. the American Dream 2000, as Mark Madden
which we're not sure if it's canon or if Mark Madden just thought of it and thinks it's pretty cool.
Don't know if Porco Rosso is making up things.
You've been saving that up. That's good. That's good. Oh, fuck me. That was really funny. Thank you. No,
Sorry, we had technical difficulties going on
sorry.
here.
So this match was like technically okay, but very weirdly put together.
Yeah.
Norman was.
I forgot how like wrestling match structure works.
Yeah. So Norman's in a Minnesota Vikings Randy Moss outfit.
Number 84.
He gets like an extended shine where he kind of makes Dustin look silly. Does the wiggle, manages to get him up for the big
We were wondering if
slam.
Dustin would be too big to do the body slam, but he did it.
Yeah.
Wasn't the most impressive one, but he managed to get him up. Okay. And then turned his back to do his dance.
Did his dance.
Turned around. Dustin cut him off with a clothesline.
Yeah.
Beat the shit out of him around ringside.
Threw him back in.
Top rope clothesline.
Done.
Finish. Yep. No comeback. No hope spots.
And then he proceeded to beat him up after the bell.
Yep.
And they got security to get rid of him.
And no mention or appearance of Terry Funk, the guy that Dustin turned heel on.
Correct. Norman did mention
he mentioned
Funk. Hey, I don't like you doing what you did to Terry Funk, but that's it. I mean, maybe it's long-term selling. Maybe they're actually doing something right and giving Funk a week off to sell the beating he got, because he did go out in an ambulance.
That's right.
Week. Yeah.
Wow.
An ambulance that Dustin drove. Actually, no.
Oh, that's right.
So Dustin just drove off with the ambulance. We assumed Terry got loaded into another ambulance.
Yeah.
Maybe he's just still in the back of wherever they were last
week's arena.
So next we get Jeff Jarrett versus Vampiro for Jeff Jarrett's U.S. title.
Yeah.
Which there were a couple Jarrett promos earlier. We didn't even touch on them because they were really pointless.
Picture a Jarrett promo. You got it.
Yeah. Two of those. He called both commentators / announcers slap nuts. He whined about having to defend his title. Whatever. Who cares? This match was technically good. It was the longest match on the show. Probably a good 7-8 minutes.
Jeff Jarrett is a very competent wrestler.
Both guys very capable.
Who just loves bullshit.
Yeah.
Like, under different circumstances, like, Jeff Jarrett, like, history would look back on Jeff Jarrett as, like, a real good wrestler.
Yep.
If things had gone differently.
Yeah, but the guy buddied up with Vince Russo, and like it seeped into his brain.
Really did.
And he's just such a fan of getting heat from just cheap outside interference.
Schmoz finishes.
This didn't have a schmoz finish. It had
Amazing.
a Harris Brothers run in.
Yeah, it had interference, but a clean finish.
Yeah, they got chased off by Sid, which I kind of liked. It made sense. They'd run in and beat up a bunch of people earlier in the night. So,
but normally when interference doesn't go well, the face wins. But nope.
No, of course not. The other problem I had with this match is, and I think it's just kind of a symptom of wrestling in the year 2000 and just the wrestling wars in general, is
there's no selling.
There was no selling. Nothing had any real importance or weight put on it. They would do something cool, and then they were up and doing something else, moving on. Like, nothing really had time to develop, or like it was a 7 or 8 minute match, but it felt like a 3-minute match, honestly.
Because if they're selling, people are going to change the channel.
I guess so. Jarrett hit the stroke out of nowhere, out of kind of an exchange of some, they hit some moves, but nothing really.
Vampiro hit like a rock bottom for a near fall.
Yeah.
And Jarrett hit a not very good looking stroke.
Yeah. It was, I mean, legitimately was probably the best match on the show. But
probably.
But it wasn't great.
No.
And then the Mamalukes are seen backstage giving a package to a random stagehand to give to the Harris brothers.
Yep.
Then, because no one has any time to ever sell or whatever, we see Vampiro, like, fresh off his match with Jeff Jarrett, getting jumped by Brian Knobbs.
Finley.
Was it Finley?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Because, I mean, because Finley's not involved with someone else already. Let's kind of...
Yeah, Finley doesn't already have a match on Thunder with entirely different people.
Yep. We get the Nitro Girls in the ring, which Kelly was rather fond of. And then we get David Flair randomly dancing in the ring with them, because why not? Mm-hmm. And then Daphne being the most annoying human being on this show.
She sucks.
Screeching at David Flair. And then during David Flair's match, screeching the entire time. And getting involved in the finish as well. Mm-hmm. The match being a Cruiserweight title match versus the artist formerly known as Prince Ikea.
Did we mention this was Night of Championships?
Yeah, I was about to bring up.
This is around the time we found out, right?
Yeah,
like halfway into the show?
This is the time we found out. This is match 6 on we're at least an hour into the show.
We're halfway plus.
Over halfway, and it was at this point the graphic ran across the screen that just said, Night of Championships, Cruiserweight Championship match.
Yeah, and we're like, oh, cool. It's Night of Championships.
It was only referenced one other time on this show.
Yeah.
Because the Mamalukes, in theory, are the tag champions. They defended.
They are, in theory, the tag champions.
I don't think it was referenced during their match. I think it just kind of started. Maybe it was.
I don't know if it was referenced. I think it was a tag title match.
Yeah. So this match sucked.
Yeah.
It was just Daphne screaming, them fucking around.
It was a not very good wrestler versus a horrible wrestler.
Correct. This is the match where, at one moment, we see David Flair in control, back body dropping Prince Ikea. Then we cut to the girls who are catfighting at ringside. Then we cut back to the artist who, in theory, has just hit his jumping DDT.
Yeah.
We didn't see it, though.
We saw the DDT.
Did we?
Yeah. We didn't see the setup.
We didn't see the setup.
No.
Much like
just
the first match.
Jumped out of nowhere, hit it,
done.
Clean pin. Yeah.
Still champ.
Yes.
The artist.
Crowbar, who is one of our Fave 5,
yeah.
was he did the intro. He did a color commentary during this match.
Yeah, he might be the best talker in WCW.
He kind of jumped the shark for me, though.
He wasn't great.
Yeah. He kind of he used a bunch of cool, old school terminology and kind of trying to be inside and reference Gordon Soley a bunch and It just seemed like wink, wink. We're cool and inside and hip and funny.
It was trying a little hard.
It was trying way too hard. Yeah, I wasn't into it. So immediately after this match, I had my life flash before my eyes because the Sid versus Tank match we've been looking forward to the entire night was in jeopardy.
Smash cut 2 backstage. Sid down, broken guitar.
Yeah. With an oxygen mask being treated to by EMTs. And we see immediately afterwards Gene saying that the EMTs said Sid is not to partake in any strenuous activity, which of course would include having a pro wrestling match. But of course, Sid was having none of that. Basically, no selling the thing he was selling seconds ago.
This is fucking Sid.
Gets up and screams, "Nope, having the match," and then kind of goes faint for a minute.
Yeah.
And then he's like,
I'm good.
We're good.
I'll see you, Jeff Jarrett, uncensored, and Tank Abbott. I'll see you in hell. That was pretty much the
Hell being the main event of this Nitro. The Harris brothers received their fish.
Yep.
What a great sentence.
Yeah. Harris brothers received the fish, which was in fact the gift in the box from the Mamalukes, with a note saying, "You'll get your match." And uncensored
To set up a heel versus heel tag title match at the pay-per-view.
And also, here's a gift because we are Italian-American mafioso stereotypes.
We gotta send them neo-Nazis a message. Send them a nice fish.
We're gonna have a spaghetti. We're gonna put a nice marinade on it.
So we have the Cat versus the Maestro. You may say we're just jumping from segment to segment to segment.
They are jumping.
This is Nitro, guys.
And like the cuts were immediately. It was like backstage segment before the segment's almost even done. It's cut guy coming out on the ring.
Not too much got a chance to breathe on this show.
No. The cat came out dancing.
Would you say this next match was a real game of cat and mice?
Tro. That was too much for that.
Jesus Christ!
Wow, that was really bad. I mean, kudos for you for thinking that up, but
just kick Scott.
I'm so happy.
That was awful. This match wasn't even really a match. The Cat danced.
Well, he had to prove to everyone again that he knew James Brown because they didn't advertise James Brown.
And also, nobody watched the pay-per-view.
Correct. So,
like, the pay-per-view's getting, 1/10 of the numbers that Nitro gets?
Maybe.
At best?
So, yeah, they referenced, remember when we brought out James Brown at Super Brawl and didn't advertise him and paid him $25,000?
I do remember that.
And so the Cat's like, hey, here's the thing that happened. Remember that?
Check it out.
Watch me hat. Well, watch me hat.
Watch me
dance.
Watch me crank that.
In
watch
my,
me roll.
My leopard bucket hat.
And leopard pajamas.
Yes.
Cat's pajamas.
The Maestro. We're just on point. We're on point with our puns. This is maybe the best episode we've done so far, guys. I don't know what to tell you guys. And we're on time too. I'm actually really happy with how things are going.
We might have to wrap this up after February.
Yeah, the Maestro. Well, this is it then. This is the last episode.
That's what I mean. Like,
go out on a high note. I mean, Vince Russo's not back yet, so it's only going downhill from here.
I still have my countdown to Russo.
Sure. Number of days without an incident at work? Number of days until Vince Russo comes
Number
back?
of days without an on-the-job Russo.
Yeah. So this match sucked. Basically nothing happened.
Yeah.
Symphony, who's the former Ryan Shamrock, who's the Maestro.
Who's a former stripper in real life.
Who is, I believe... maybe X-Pac. I know they dated. She had a baby with someone. I don't think it was with X-Pac. I think he was around during her having a child. But she had a boombox because I guess part of the stipulation is the Maestro had to carry around a boombox, which was music that the Cat chose for him to listen to.
We don't really know what it is because I don't think they played the actual music on the network version.
No, well, they played 3 Count song.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she was holding a microphone to the boombox. He
kind of hear it.
Yeah, it was
really.
and it was obviously pumped in because she moved the microphone away, and
it was still nothing changed.
It was fainter, but it was not faint enough. So then this was the most random phantom referee distraction.
Yeah,
because both
everyone, Cat, Maestro, Ryan Shamrock, are all on one side of the ring.
Yes.
And then
I still maintain that a B.
Yeah, Kelly was very sure that the referee saw B.
Did the bee bite the referee's bottom?
And now his bottom's big.
He just randomly turned around.
Yep.
The Maestro grabbed the boombox.
Hit him.
Hit the Cat with it.
Pinned him. Done.
That's a match.
Bingo bango, you got yourself a match.
So we are on to match 8. Flair versus Curt Hennig. Before the match, we see the total package in the back getting ready with Liz and complaining they don't know where the bat that they stole from Sting was.
Need that bat.
They need the bat. So I honestly do not know what happened in this Flair-Hennig match because I legitimately spend the duration of it emailing our boy
Ray Kipp
at Excite.com. So why don't you guys take it from here?
It started off fine enough.
Yeah, they did some like basic wrestling at the beginning.
Flair doing his shtick.
Yeah, Flair did like the roll up, get like whipped in the corner, roll up to the outside. Barely made it, but did make it.
Toss off the top rope, back body drop, all that.
Yeah, back body drop onto your hip, all that good Flair stuff.
Flair by the numbers.
Really Flair by the numbers.
But in the year 2000.
Yeah. Versus a well past his prime Curt Hennig.
Yes.
If Curt Hennig's in WCW, he's past his prime. That's pretty much the rule of thumb.
Yes. And then I believe at one point, Hennig went to go attack Flair in the corner, and ended up hitting the referee instead, so the referee's down.
Yeah, so ref bump.
Hennig still gets on Flair again, and he gives him the perfect plex, but there's no count. Another visual pinfall.
More visual pins.
In comes Lex Luger, or the package, I should say, the total package. Comes in.
God forbid.
Slides in the ring. Gingerly kicks Curt Hennig a couple times to break up this pin that's not being counted. Leaves the ring.
Yeah.
Goes to the back.
Hennig no-sells it. Goes and gets a chair.
Throws in the corner, and I believe he gets low-blowed by Flair. Flair uses the chair, and then he pins him once the referee's back up. I believe that was the finish.
Yep.
I can't remember.
I think that's right.
And, yeah.
Sounds like I missed a real winner. So.
Yep. You were doing the Lord's work.
Sure. This was followed up immediately. At this point, it's just match. We're
like, we have 10 matches that we wasted half an hour on segments earlier.
Yeah, exactly. So we got Luger versus Buff. The match based on Buff hitting on Liz. This match Liz, I did pay attention to.
Liz looking very comfortable on camera as usual.
Sure, that's her MO. This match sucked, by the way.
Yeah.
Luger's terrible. He's made out of glass.
Yeah.
Buff is not great.
No.
He's better than Luger, but not by much.
And better than he should be because he should be paralyzed.
Sure.
So like any match Buff has from 1998 on is a victory.
Yeah. Luger gets real boring heat on him. Buff makes an okay comeback. I recall seeing like a Vader bomb out of the corner, which I didn't recall him ever doing. But Flair interferes, gets disqualified. They go to break Buff's arm with the chair thing, which the total package was doing this weird thing all night. I guess like this is his visual way of like threatening people. Like if you cross me, I'm going to break your arm with my chair.
Yeah.
He was like opening and closing it.
Like he was making it talk.
Like he was an alligator. Like like snap. I'm going to break your arm with this thing. So they went to break Buff's arm. At this point, we get Sting, who they had referenced earlier in the night was probably going to be there.
Sting, both the poor man's Nicolas Cage and the poor man's
James Caan. as per Mark Madden.
By Piggy Martin. Whatever.
Porco Rosso. So this was all messed up timing-wise, because we see Sting running down the aisle. Mm-hmm. Then he hides below the apron.
After I think everyone has seen him.
Correct. Then he hops up on the apron, at which point his music starts playing. Then he uses his bat to, like, poke Luger in the back of the head. But, like, Luger sells it.
Yeah.
Because he just gave him, like, a little, hey, I'm here. But Luger, like, sold it like a dude
he
whacked
thought,
him with a bat.
He couldn't see, so he thought it might have been an actual shot or something.
Sure. And then Sting cleared the ring, right? Is that what happened? Yeah, basically. And I'm going to guess we're getting a tag match out of this on Nitro at some point.
I presume.
Probably. But, like, Hogan's got to fit in there as well, too. So does Buff just get the shaft?
I think Buff gets the shaft.
Probably.
I think that's exactly what happens.
Okay. I mean, Buff's... Moving on.
He's the stuff.
Yeah. I was implying he was trying to get the shaft previous, but he was not, in fact. He was trying to get the...
shaft in there.
Yes. Yeah. He's the one who's trying to provide the shaft. He doesn't need the shaft. We are at our main event.
1 versus 2.
1 versus 2 in our Fave 5. Sid versus Tank. Real high hopes for this match. Probably shouldn't have had such high hopes.
But we even tempered our hopes by saying, well, it's not going to be a clean finish. There's going to be a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah. We're going to get Harris Brothers and Jarrett running in.
There was no bullshit.
Correct.
But also, too, throughout the entire show, they're interviewing random wrestlers, asking what they think the outcome of that
including Ming in a colored shirt.
Yeah, Ming in a colored, and they're asking Billy Kidman, like, oh, who do you think? He's like, oh, it's a real tough one, man. I don't know. You know, if it was like a basketball game, I guess I'd have to give it to Sid, but if it was like a MMA fight, I'd have to give it to Sid.
I added
that was Scott's joke, in fact.
He only gave the basketball example.
Yeah.
Like, we're like, that's great, Billy. How about in a wrestling match?
Yeah. So this match started real weird. It was Tank just attacked Sid's injured ribs, then put him in a front face lock / like guillotine choke. Sid was in the ropes
for way more than 5
Charles
seconds.
Robinson was like, "Got to break it." I believe
he's going to sleep.
Tank was just yelling out, "I'm going to put him to sleep. He's going to sleep. You're going to sleep, Sid." Various variations of that for what felt like, I mean, it was a solid minute.
It was a long time.
Yeah. I mean, he realistically should have, A, been disqualified, and B, Sid probably should have gone to sleep.
Yeah.
So, I'm going to say Tank took 95% of this match.
Yeah.
He just pounded on Sid, taped fists, no gloves, pounded on Sid's injured ribs, gave him a nice, like, over-the-shoulder kind of side slam, like a shoot-style slam that he does in his matches.
Yeah. Like elevated double leg.
Yeah.
Stood on his back and pulled his hair.
Yes,
on his back.
Yeah, just kind of pounded on Sid for a good 2-3 minutes. And then Sid no-sold all of it.
Everything.
Got up, got in Tank's face, put him in a sleeper, took him down with the sleeper, transitioned to the crossface, because we know Sid's a shooter.
That's right.
And had him in there for a few seconds, and finally, after fighting for a little bit, Tank tapped.
It's weird.
It was really weird. Unexpected. I mean, this was Tank's first loss in WCW.
Yeah.
I understand putting him over, like putting Sid over. Sid's in theory, your number one babyface.
Mm-hmm.
Tank can be your number two.
Yep.
I think Tank is very limited, but like in short, and I think this match showed how limited Tank was.
Yeah.
Because Tank, as kind of the brooding heel, like getting heat
controlling
on Sid,
a match. Yeah.
It was kind of boring.
Yeah.
Yeah. He needs to be the explosive, like Goldberg
Yeah,
in
he needs to be
early
Goldberg.
'98
Yeah,
babyface,
exactly what he needs to
right?
be, yeah.
Which to this point is what he's been, and which is why we love him so
Yeah.
much. But I don't know if they're just trying to pop a rating, and they did a real good job of that, as I showed earlier. But it felt a little early for this.
Yeah.
And I wonder, I mean, does Tank go down from here? Like, I know he eventually ends up with 3 count as a comedy mid.
Yeah, I feel like it hooks up a 3 count like not that long from now.
I think it's like June, July. But
Yeah.
I mean, what does he do? I know Russo's the one who wanted to put the title on him.
He did, but it must have also been someone else, because he was supposed to get it in when Benoit was leaving in January. They were going to have a battle royal for the title, and Tank was going to win in January. Well, and I think Sullivan was booking then.
He was. So Sullivan is booking as we speak.
And now, yeah.
Yeah. So I wonder if he kind of floats around and kind of goes down, cools off, and then he bubbles back up when Russo comes back. And then they're like, no, this really doesn't work. You're going to be a comedy mid-carder with these guys.
Yeah.
Which, if I recall, is pretty entertaining.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that goes if we make it to July or August, including the previously mentioned Nitro that I attended live. So that's it for this week. We did it. This breezed by. It wasn't a great episode of Nitro. They never are. But
it wasn't that much of a slog, though.
No, it went by.
Well, I guess because it was so it didn't have a chance to be.
No, it was so many segments, so many matches, so many promos, but nothing was long. Nothing had any time to be established. I mean, they're all bad, but on a scale of bad to really bad,
it was only bad.
It was just kind of bad. So we'll probably be back. I know we joked about going out on a high note, but we'll probably be back with March. We've got WCW Spring Breakout coming up in a couple weeks, which I know we're looking forward to. Ricky
Someone's
Rackman,
getting wet.
Someone's going to get wet. It might be us.
Could be.
It might be Scott Hall. It's probably going to be neither of those guys.
Scott Hall's dead.
But until then, we'll be back next week with another fantastic episode of Nitro, the worst year of our lives.
See you in March.
Bye-bye.